Anneliese Michel would pass away July 1st, 1976. The official cause was malnutrition and dehydration due to negligent homicide. Several doctors would testify that Anneliese was not indeed possessed by demons. One thing was for sure, this was not a young girl that was faking an illness for attention. This was a real condition that ultimately led to this young girl's death. This is part 3 of TeeJay Felony Deep Dives, the Anneliese Michel Exorcism Tapes. Good evening, everybody. TeeJay Felony here. I'm going to do part 3 of my deep dive here on the Anneliese Michel Exorcism Tapes. It's been a little, I don't know, week or two since I did the part 2 dive. Uh, Last time we were going through the tapes, they were starting to get more and more into who the entities inside of Annalise actually were. Because if you recall, she claimed there were 6 actual entities inside. Where Nero, at one time she claimed Hitler was in there, but I think that, like, if you go back and watch too, that was just kind of a prank. She was just kind of trolling the priest, and you'll start to see in these tapes that I think they're starting to realize that this is going to be harder to resolve than they originally thought, and I also believe they're fully convinced at this point that they are speaking with demon an NHI non-human intelligence. There seems to be no doubt in the priest's tone, their conversations, and yeah, I think it's important to remember that Annalise died. She passed away at the end of this. So it's important to remember that a young girl lost her life, and it doesn't really matter, if you think it came down to a mental health situation, or if this was a case of um negligent homicide. Young girl lost her life, and I think that's important to keep in mind. Uh, Sorry, I was looking for my doobie. Uh, Zanny the kitty must have knocked it off the table. Yeah, it's important to keep in mind that a young girl did lose her life in this case. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead. This is the final installment of this deep dive. It's going to be the last 3 sections of the exorcism tapes that are available that I could find on YouTube, and I've got them put together. It's about 30 minutes of recording, and I'll do it the same format. I'll stop and talk about things that I find important as we go. And yeah, like I said, things get really interesting after part 1. In this iteration, you're going to hear talk about purgatory. It follows the same theme. The priests seem to be very interested in what the entity has to say, and it speaks about purgatory at a time. It talks about. You'll notice they also are testing the entity at some point. I'll point it out when it comes up. They're running their tests to check the authenticity. What I talked about a little bit, forbidden or un unobtainable knowledge, secret languages that the host never knew. Things like this are proof, if there is such a thing, of demonic possession. And they are using this, you'll see in these recordings, they're testing it with knowledge the Annalise shouldn't have, but the entity seems to have. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hear from some demons, allegedly. And yeah, I'll do it the same way. I'll stop and talk about things that I find interesting, important, and yeah, we'll get it going here. Appreciate everyone checking out my streams. If like, share, follow, all that stuff. Oh yeah, I want to give my little warning here real quick. there are a lot of people in the demonology and paranormal field that believe that things like recordings of exorcisms, just the darkness of this type of topic, can have a hitchhiker effect, is what they call. The entities can travel through electronic means, electronic voice phenomena, stuff like that. And a lot of people believe when you do research on this type of thing, that it is opening or inviting the darkness in, or to engage with the darkness. So yeah, I gave a warning in the other ones. I just wanted to give it to fair warning. This is a dark topic. We're talking about demonic possession, and a lot of people believe these entities are real and do exist. And when you do research this type of topic, you might possibly be inviting engagement with energies that we don't fully understand. So yeah, I just wanted to give a fair warning. You are going to be hearing the voice of what many believe to be uh, a demon. So yeah, I don't want to trick anyone into engaging in something that they didn't, want to engage in. So I've been given a fair warning at the beginning of them. A lot of the paranormal investigators do it now too when they engage in ritualistic practices during their show. But all right, let's get it going here. Let's hear from the demon. And again, you'll have the again, we'll have the German transcription right here. This is borrowed from another channel on YouTube. When I do my edit, I'll put it up so you can check out the channel if you would like. I'll give it to you right here. Actually, give me 1 second, because I want to make sure this guy gets credit uh, for his what I used of his. Um, These are coming from a user on YouTube named Chad Hunt. Chad Hunt on YouTube, and these were the best, clearest recordings I could find in order. So that's why I grabbed them from there. So shout out Chad Hunt. Seems to be a devout Christian, or that believed in the importance of these recordings. So I didn't. I asked him a couple times if I could use them. I didn't receive a response, but his name's Chad Hunt on YouTube, and I don't think he would have a problem with it, because this is what he wanted, was the message to be spread. So here we go. It won't be long, the punishment will come. The judged punishment. So the entity seems to be hinting about the end is coming, either for Anneliese or maybe for humankind. Publicly, they say. You dirty pig, I will abuse you so that you won't know where the top and where the bottom is. Loves that word pig. The priest says, I'm under the protection of the holiest Mary. The holiest Virgin Mary won't allow for you to affect me. I'm under this protection. And this is a constant theme I see in paranormal research. They talk about protecting yourself, covering yourself in a white light before you engage with the darkness. And maybe I should think about that before deep diving these videos. But yeah, it seems to be something that the priests fully believe in, protection from higher powers. Is that I will make things full of confusion and arguments. You won't be able to bear it. And that's kind of the, father of lies. Demons don't come with, as monsters. They come as manipulation. Father Pio, he was here already. It seemed to have targeted the one of the other priests, Father Pio. Yes, one way or another, he had already ridiculed me enough. That pig. So it doesn't seem to like this one priest. And keep in mind, these priests were charged. They were charged with negligent homicide, along with the parents of Anneliese. He ridiculed you from all the sides in the name. Yeah, they kind of asking like, what? What's your problem with Father Pio? That damn. He was also at her. Oh, the holy water. Shitty water. It must. Father Pio must have been using holy water. Shitty water, he calls it. Why won't you leave? They ask. Look what it said. Because I like to be at you. Blah blah blah. That might have been a mistake in the translation. I imagine it said something like "I like to be with you." Blah 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 blah. But it actually did the blah 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 blah. They're starting to do more. I've noticed in these ones, they're starting to do more focused prayer. And it seems like it is becoming more desperate. Like we got to get these things out of her. She's gonna die. She hasn't eaten, in days. She won't drink anything. We've got to get this out of her. And so they seem to do a lot more prayer in this session. No, I don't like anything in it. Why are you delaying your leaving? So they're trying to find out, why are you here? What do you want? They're almost trying to bargain. Like, what do you need to leave Annalise? And they're using the Virgin Mary to compel it to tell the truth, which is interesting. They've done that throughout. Used, the Virgin, the holiest Virgin. That seems to hold a lot of power. Because I have it already, and then it stopped itself with nothing. It was about to. They're trying to get it now, compel it to finish its sentence. Tell the truth. Tell the whole truth. It was about to say basically, I'm not finished yet. Yes, I have some more. I have some more. Something more. I have to tell more. Its work isn't finished yet. It's got more to do. That's interesting too. Shrek, if she wouldn't force me to, I would hit short. Oh man. That scream gave me a chill up my back. I don't know. It kind of creeped me out there. I've I know like it's a lot of people don't believe in that stuff, but I've had I don't know. I've just felt a little weird since I've been deep diving this. I'm ready to be done with this project and move on to something else. That's why I've been putting off this third installment. Look at that. It says I have a right to be in this woman. That's interesting. And which woman? And this here. They want it. For some reason, they wanted to say her name. It honestly doesn't even look at. If you ask me, the entity doesn't look at Anneliese as a human. It's just a vessel. It even said this one here. It just jumped in a vessel, you know? And what one way or another she isn't alone because I'm sitting inside of her. Others also. How creepy is that shit, man? Who is guilty of it? Who is guilty of it in the name of God? Who did this? In nomine Patrice, that's a Catholic. That must be Latin. Look at this. So you will also get a mission now, you dirty pigs, to the present here. Dear priest. That's where this thing seems to know about like time. Like it's basically like saying you're also part of this story. I came here to bring you in, to bring you here. You know, like I jumped in Annalise to draw you in so we could sit here and record this. It was all part of its plan. It's yeah. Basically saying you're my puppet also. I'm controlling you too. Yeah, I bet that, you know, when it says things like that, I wonder if the priest, if it's messing with their heads. Because you'll see there's some more where it's got to be messing with their heads. You must pray for him or he will go to the grave. This is really interesting too. Starts talking about another priest from another parish that Annalise didn't know. Yes, he is too modern. That's where that's why these priests were so convinced that this wasn't mental illness. This thing was talking about priests from that they knew from other areas that Annalise didn't know even existed. And it was telling them, like, this guy's slipping. You need to go check him. He's getting too modern. Are you glad for changes? It hates the changes. Say the truth. Do you agree with those that the church changed? Vatican's council? See, they're asking it questions that Annalise would not have answers for. Like the Annalise would be like, "What? Like I don't even know what you're talking about." And it's giving them good answers that make sense. It's asking about like new changes within the church. Yes, very. We like new reforms very much. Dude, which reforms do you mean? See, this is them testing. Which reforms are you talking about? Say the What's burning down there? Say the truth. They're in hell. Down there in hell? That was another thing that kind of shook me about these tapes, because I do believe that they're communicating with a non-human intelligence here. Is a lot of cultures, and even, like even religious figures have argued against the existence of a place that exists like hell for, punishment, purgatory, whatever. And there seems to be such a place according to this. And that messed with, because I always thought that was mostly bullshit too. Like, as far as my research told me, the concept of hell as a location came from Dante's Inferno, so it was kind of like a man-made creation. But that doesn't seem to be the situation if you take this for, as a contact with a demonic entity. It speaks like these are real places. It's very clear. Talks about that. It even mentioned that none that was capable of saving people and pulling them out of hell, saving souls even after they went to hell. That's why I hated her. Say the whole truth. See, this is what I mean when I said that a lot of times it seemed like the priests were more interested in the interrogation and getting the entity to admit to things and give information than saving Anneliese. Like here, it's like they want to get this thing to admit that there's a hell. That way they can use it as, like, just proof of faith, proof of the Christian faith. It's interesting. Their motives kind of shift. Because there's no doubt in my mind that these scientists are, I truly believe they are trying, or not scientists, but these priests, I truly believe they are trying to save Anneliese. But this is also a information gathering mission. These tapes are in the Vatican. They use this as data. They collected data on demons. Like, so you can tell that's part of their motive. Ooh. So who is brawling inside? There's even such types. They start talking about the hierarchy inside Annalise. Such type. This is more talk about the red nose. Such types as the red nose. There's even more. I'm not sure who. I'm gonna have to look into that. I believe it might be a assistant for the priest. There's an older woman in a lot of these photos, and she seems to be the woman that's almost like restraining Annalise in some of them, kind of holding her or trying to feed her in a couple of them. It I think that might be Red Nose, but I could be wrong. That that woman in the background, you heard her voice right there, and he hates her. I think what it is it's just like a nun or something that's just one of those really lovely human beings that is like genuine, and a demon would hate them. Like one of those pure-hearted, just, like givers, like the motherly grandma type, lovely nurse, nun. A demon would hate someone like that because they're pure good, pure love to service to humanity, and because it seems to hate that person. Also, yes, yes, I could do it well. I could do it well.
Wir haben im Templum Sumus Evolutus. Gott wollte, dass der Tempel sei, dass der Mensch sein Tempel sei.
Ja.
So
Das
you
heißt, wie
broke into his
eingegangen in diesen
temple.
Tempel.
Ja.
Yes.
Räuberlicherweise.
The temple of God don't belong to you in a robber's way. This was interesting. I'm not sure what they were talking about. If Anneliese actually did break into a church, or if this is like a hypothetical, or not a hypothetical, but like a similar or a metaphor.
Der Tempel Gottes gehört euch nicht.
I feel
But this one, Annalise ones, don't belong to you. So they do seem to be saying like her temple, her body. You broke in, you breached her sacred, you know. Our isn't that I think there's a Bible verse. Our body's our temple. You must keep it clean. All that stuff.
Aber in der Anneliese, die Anneliese gehört nicht dir.
You have to release her. You
Die
have to
musst du
release her.
freigeben.
Like go away.
Die musst du freigeben.
But we will tire her some more. We will tire her some more so she
So Quitiotius moralisic.
So she this one bothered me. She is pretty ruined, like half finished, this stupid pig. Um you wanna the official narrative went down is mental health. She basically starved herself to death, I guess. I don't know, man. I just don't buy that. That someone, because at some point every living being's survival mechanism would kick in. So you say she's making it up. Well, at some point she would have got pretty damn hungry, right? So it's mental health. At some point she would have been dehydrated and drank water. Like you can't override that the thirst like craving. I mean, I could be wrong because I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor, but I just don't know of any other cases where someone other than possibly like fasting or like going on a hunger strike. Well, I guess yeah. So it's possible because those guys go on those hunger strikes and they'll push it to the end. So I don't know, man. It's an interesting case. Yes, and who is guilty? We. That creeped me out too. The way. Because he said, who is guilty of pushing her to this? And he said, we. Look, okay, that one's interesting. He said, but this one here, he won't allow us to do it. And they say, that one don't allow us? Watch. That allow us. That one allow us? Yes. Through red. Say it very calmly. Say the truth. Yes, red nose. This is interesting because this is almost implying that whoever red nose is actually stopping and powerful to this entity. It's halting it from doing something. I don't know if it's a nun. Yes, it's through this. The red nose. She just rescue through it. This is where it talks about red nose rescuing souls. This pig, this stupid pig, she just rescues through souls. Um, it might be an angel of some kind, like a saint. Um, I don't know. They talk a little bit about it. I don't know if Red Nose is like an actual like person that's on the scene or if this is a spiritual entity of some kind. It might be what it calls the Holy Virgin that they keep speaking about because they keep relying on that for power and Maybe that's what it refers to as red nose. I need to find out. Ooh. Whoever it is, they're powerful. The demon don't like them. Anneliese have to grab from you many souls.
Anneliese müsste halt noch viele Seelen entreißen.
Yeah, red nose. This
Du musst dir noch
she has to grab from you many souls, right? That's why you can torment her. Is that true?
viele Seelenabstände machen. Nun dürfen dir sie viel sagen, ne? Mir dir sie viel sagt und zu mir
More you torment her, more souls become saved? Is that right? Wow. What is that about? The more you torment her, the more souls become saved. Is that right? So these priests, like I said, they're trying to figure out the rules of the game. Like they're trying to figure out the code.
Seelen werden gerettet. Stimmt das, ja? Sagt
The more I hear about, everything, it's like a matrix. I start to wonder about this type of shit. That there are rules to everything, you know? Like there are actually rules, and that's what these priests are trying to do is figure out the rules that govern life and death. Souls.
die Wahrheit im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen der allerseligsten Jungfrau.
The more you torment her, more souls become saved. Say the whole truth.
Je mehr ihr sie viel sagt, umso mehr wird sie retten.
I don't
Sagt die
understand
Wahrheit.
how that. It says yes, no, 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 no.
Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen der allerseligsten Jungfrau
Keep
Maria.
in mind, during all this, that is doing nothing really to help Anneliese. She's dying. Like she's starving to death. Um, they're probably keeping count when the last time she ate or drank was, and it's becoming vital. And they're like, I imagine that's what bothered the jury was listening to a lot of this, and it's like, well, how did this help her? How did any of this help her?
Sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen
To a skeptic, like a hardline skeptic, you were actually reinforcing her illness with all this. You were definitely making it worse. That's what, a science-based skeptic would probably say. Those doctors that claimed she wasn't possessed, that's probably their
Heilige
stance.
Geist.
She won't pass the exam. We will take care of it. This pig, red nose, that damn pig beast. That creepy giggle at the end.
Die allerseligste Jungfrau wird sie schützen.
Yeah, see, they rely back to pray to the Holy Virgin to protect her
Und wird dich vertreiben nach
and to
jenem
hold the
Tag.
demon at bay.
Sie steht unter dem Schutz der allerseligsten.
Now they're saying that Anneliese is under protection. You could only go so far as she accepts. See, this is now they're working to try to get Anneliese free of this. They're trying to remind her that you have the power. You can tell them to leave. It's about inviting them in.
Jungfrau. Da kannst du nicht ran. Nur soweit sie dich lässt. Wer? Sag mir den Namen.
Say your name. Oh, look look at this. It gave some names. I, Judas and Neron. Cain and Hitler. That's 5 of us. Wow. Hitler, I'm convinced it was trolling. And it because it even said when they were like Hitler is it? It was like no. I pointed that out in the other one, but look at that. I mean, they're all characters from the Bible. Judas, that's interesting.
Und der Nero, der Kain und der Hitler. 5 Stimmen.
Das ist der sechste.
We lied about him. Look at that. We lied about him.
Oh, den haben wir gelogen.
They said who was the sixth? Lucifer. We lied about him.
Den habt ihr dazu gelogen.
You lied about him? When it explodes.
Wann kracht's?
We lied about him.
Wir gehen den Schnitt raus.
So that kind of reinforces my thought that it lied about Hitler also, just to kind of trip him out. I think it was just to distract him, and it's interesting because on a lot of the YouTube and like internet stories about this case, that seems to be something they really focus on, including the ghost or spirit of Hitler. And I don't believe. I think that was something it was just kind of trolling.
Bis dann. Aber dann geht's
Then
los.
you'll have to leave, and then it explodes. So they're trying to say, is that what you mean by explodes when you leave?
Und warum kracht's dann? Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes, des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes befehle ich dir, sag die volle Wahrheit. Der Vater der Lüge sagt die Wahrheit. Quidutius moralis hic, jedes Knie sich beugt. Da locum Domino Jesu Christo, qui pro homine sanguinem suum sacratissimum pur.
Die wurde scheiß.
What is it? That shit built outside there, and this is another display of um unknown knowledge, I believe.
Die Scheiß, die gebaut hat dort draußen und Schibach. Ja, oh, die Scheiß Ding da, wo du da oben bist. Oh, sieh.
Yeah, okay, this is it. I remember this part. It's about the church, about a case of Barbara Wigan. She's ranting about a lady, Barbara Wigan, which had a church bill, like something Annalise had no knowledge of, no reason to be upset about, and yeah, this is another example of information that Annalise shouldn't have had.
Was ist mit dem?
Yes, and what about it? Like they're baffled. Like, wait, what the fuck is it bringing this shit up? So now they want to know, like, because it seems to do that quite a bit. Earlier, it started ranting about that other priest, basically telling him he's dying. Y'all need to do something. He's gonna die.
Oh, die
She built it, this stupid pig. So yeah, it's angry that someone built a new church.
gebaut hat, die dumme Sau.
Ja, was
Yes, and what about her?
ist mit der?
She helps to Red Nose.
Die hilft uns.
She helped to Red Nose, yes.
So,
What does that mean?
wissen Sie Bescheid.
We know now, Byron.
Die Barbara Weigand. Die Barbara Weigand hilft dieser Rotzmann. Hilft der Anneliese. Also, Vater der Lüge sagt die volle Wahrheit.
Okay, Barbara Wigan is the the woman they were talking about in the earlier part that it was raging about that can pull women out of hell. And they're claiming it's like she's probably like a saint and she is able to help Anneliese anytime.
Wahrheit im Namen
She's
des Vaters
patient.
und Gottes, des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Barbara Weigand möge sich
I
bewahren.
guess a big part of an exorcism is calling on patron saints, guardian angels to help you, free you of the entity, to help overcome it. Like you kind of go, you have to ratio it out, you know, like get your friends in line and to number them out.
Möge Anneliese allezeit helfen.
Oh nein!
Barbara
They're
Weigand wird zur
saying
Seite
Barbara will
stehen.
still
Die
stand near to help
Anneliese
Annalise.
helfen.
I don't know if that's a woman. I'm gonna have to do more research. I don't know if Barbara is a woman that is still alive or it has recently passed. I believe it was a nun that had recently passed on.
Barbara Weigand wird
It
Anneliese helfen.
and it was claiming earlier in part one that it despised her because she was able to save people from hell.
Im Namen des dreifaltigen
So to me,
Gottes
that's
und
like a
aller
saint.
seligen
It's almost
Jungfrau
like
Maria,
yeah,
sagt die volle Wahrheit.
a chosen angel.
Ja,
But an angel I don't think was ever human. So it'd be a little
Hast du so
different
Angst
than
vor
an
dem
angel.
bisschen Papier? Hast du
Oh,
so
this
viel
is
Angst vor dem
interesting too.
bisschen Papier?
This is them doing another test. And what they're doing is they wrote or they had a piece of paper that that woman's writing was on, Barbara Wigan, and they probably folded it up, and they were testing the entity to see if it would react. And when they brought it close, the entity reacted violently to it. And they're saying, "Are you afraid of a
Es
piece of
handelt sich
paper?"
ein Stück Papier, auf dem Barbara Weigand ihren Namen geschrieben.
And this is him kind of explaining what they're doing. It's a piece of paper in which Barbara Wigan wrote her name on it. So she might still be alive at this time. So it had her, you know, loosh on it. It was her handwriting, and the entity was reacting, you know, violently to it. Are
Fürchtest
you
du das
afraid of
Papier?
paper? Oh.
Fürchtest du das Papier?
That growl right there, that was another one where I heard more than one voice in it. When I first tried to do my deep dive on this case, I broke down some of the audio on some of these, and I was starting to hear some really weird shit through them. That, yeah, that's when I kind of stopped looking into it, took a break.
Ist das dir
Go,
unangenehm?
Sandy. Oh my.
Schwarz.
Fürchtest du dieses Papier?
No.
That one's creepy too. Zanny, go. Go do something. Go lay in the window. Yeah, that would bother me too. Oh my god, this cat.
Warum willst du es zerreißen? Warum machst du dieses Papier? Warum machst du dieses
They're asking,
Papier?
why don't you like this paper? Why don't you like this paper?
Warum machst du
That's like another test they're doing. I don't know. I didn't hear them do it, but I'm sure they were probably also testing it with, you know, normal paper and they would see which one it'd react to. I know I've heard they did tests with
dieses
holy
Papier?
water, testing, you know, regular tap water compared to holy water, and it would clearly react differently. All holy water is water that's blessed by a priest,
Von der?
Ja.
Von der?
but it's the prayer that gives it the power.
Das sind doch viele, Opa. Welche meinst du?
Die da das Ding gebaut hat.
So what is their name? They think
Well,
it
thank you.
weakens it. Look at it, blah, BBB. It starts with B. The second starts on W. That's interesting. Oh, it won't say Barbara Wagland. It doesn't want to say the name. They're trying to force it. It goes bah, 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 bah. It's doing anything. That lady must, whoever that is, man, she must be powerful. I'm gonna do some research into who that is, Barbara Wagland, in this situation.
Jag kan inte namnet i Sverige.
You don't like to say the
Den
name?
har inte i Sverige.
Maybe I should say it to you.
Så ligger det i Sverige. Barbara Weiger.
Barbara Wagand. Barbara Wagand. It's making the entity flip out. Barbara will help Anneliese. In the name of the Virgin, I command you to tell the truth. Barbara's gonna help
Barbara
Anneliese.
Weiger. From there is this. Die Barbara, die
Yeah,
Barbara
I
Weiger mit Anneliese
now
helfen.
I'm really curious.
Da ist die Jungfrau befehligt, ihr sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen des Dreifaltigen.
She'll
Wie
help
wird
her.
ihr helfen?
Oh, that was the priest. Okay, they're all doing a prayer, and there is a woman in the background that I can hear. That's new also. They that's the first time I had heard them do a group prayer over Annalise like that, and that most likely shows that they're starting to get real serious. Like we gotta fix this. Like we've got she can't go on like this. Something's got to give. Either her body's gonna give out, like so they're starting to ramp it up.
So, jetzt lassen Sie mich in Ruhe.
God, man. That is what started to bother me a little bit is it the entity seems to have like almost like a character, a personality like that bleh. Like and when I find myself laughing at things it says, um it's a little scary because it's like I'm finding a demon almost relatable. You know what I mean? Like it's almost humorous. And there, if there's nothing funny about demons if there's real. This thing, yeah. There's no peace with us. That's powerful too. There's no peace with us because we're brawling down there. That's interesting too. Look how that's creepy because we're brawling down there. Down there in hell? In hell, right, forever. It one said, "Is there still fire?" One of the priests asked. An eternal fire in hell's flames? That that one kind of creeped me out. That was the shit. When I first started doing the deep dive, I started to hear things. I don't know. I've heard things coming through the headset a couple times. EVP type stuff. Yeah. I was doing the edit for the intro on the last one, and there was no sound, but I had it loaded up and it ready to go, but I didn't have any sound going through the headset, but I had it on, and I started to hear some shit coming through it, and yeah, it creeped me out. It's I've heard it before, like it's I didn't know if it was interference possibly coming from Bluetooth or what, but this time was a little different.
Ihr könntet ja ganz anders haben. Ihr könntet
You could choose another way. They're almost saying like you could be nice if you wanted to. It's a demon. It was created to be like that.
anders haben. Ihr habt euch in Freiheit entschieden.
You could choose something totally different.
Ihr habt euch in Freiheit entschieden. Ihr könnt es anders haben. Ihr
But,
wolltet es.
and it'll stay forever this way, damned for all ages.
Verdammt in alle Ewigkeit. Verdammt in alle Ewigkeit. Sag es nochmal. Verdammt in alle Ewigkeit.
Lass wenigstens die anderen in Ruhe.
Ooh, that's a woman. That was a woman. Leave others alone at least. That that was at the end of one of the segments. So I'm assuming that that was at the end of a session they had. And that woman was, she just got a few words in. Like, just why can't you leave people alone? Like, why are you so evil? Well, it's a demon. It explains that in part one. It's created to do that, like to spread.
Geht um die Kirche in Schippach und um die Sache Barbara Weigand, die die Kirche gebaut hat.
This is the last segment. You can lie so pretty. Barbara makes you furious. I'm gonna have to find out more about this Barbara Wigan. She must have been like almost like a demon, a demon expert or a saint of some kind, an expert on casting out demons, because those things were terrified of her. Don't you like her? Don't like her? Are you afraid of her? No, not at all. So I think at this point they think they can use Barbara to drive her out. Whether that's a passed on holy person or someone who's still alive. I don't know why, if it was having this much reaction, if this was somebody inside the church, why they wouldn't have brought her. Because she had built that shitty thing out there. It's talking about a church. You mean the church? It's Shiapach? So Barbara must have started a church also. Yes, but I'll raise it. Yeah. Saying you can't challenge. The Eucharistic Savior is powerful.
Der eucharistische Heiland ist mächtiger wie du. Der eucharistische Heiland ist mächtiger wie du. Der evangelische Jungfrau ist mächtiger wie du. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes befehle ich dir, sagt die Wahrheit. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes und aller törichten Jungfrau Maria, sagt die Wahrheit.
Ooh. That would creep me out.
Im Namen des dreifaltigen
Nein! Ist nicht von hier! Von der Ja!
No, from me.
Nein, von mir.
Wir glauben dir den Vater.
We don't believe you, Father Lies. I'm not sure what they're referring to here.
Nur was du in ihrem Auftrag nicht sagst.
Im Auftrag von
Is it an order from her?
der
Von der allerhöchsten
scheiß,
I think she writes the shit he
den
said.
Scheiß durch, was die da schreiben, ist nicht.
Ja, das ist von ihr.
Yes, it is from her.
Von
It
mir.
is not from men. That's interesting.
Nicht von Satan,
Ja,
sondern von,
But from
sondern von,
der.
her,
von der Gottesmutter.
Ah,
Von der Gottesmutter.
from Mother of God. No.
Oh, du lügst, du kennst.
You lie, but we know you. You said yes, but said so because of her order. Oh, I
Hast du ja
see. The
gesagt. In ihrem
order
Auftrag hast du es bereits gesagt.
comes from men.
aber vorwärts gehen tut's nicht auf der Seite.
I'll take care of it. It won't progress.
Sed Itiutius moralis hic.
Bald muss ich raus.
I must go out soon. So they might have, at that point, when they heard that, they might have thought they were getting close to, getting it to leave.
Dic nil diem et horam exitus
And so they
Nein.
start praying still.
dic mehr als Dämonen.
As demons, our guardian angels stand on our side against you. So yeah, they're ramping up the prayer, and it said even possibly they were getting close to getting it to leave.
Die Schutzengel stehen uns zur Seite.
Her body just gave out. She hadn't eaten or drank,
Gegen
and
euch
yeah,
feindliche Mächte.
this battle's going on for her soul. Her body's still dying, because it hasn't had food or water. Yeah, because something's had possession of it.
Ja, das stimmt.
Die Schutzengel sind unsere
Our guardian angels are our great assistants against Satan. This is where it talks about guardian angels again, and Satan's and his supporters. Guardian angels seem to be hugely important.
großen Helfer. Helfer gegen Satan und seinen Anhang. Die Schutzengel sind unsere großen Helfer gegen Satan und alle feindlichen Mächte. Und die Schutzengel
And guardian angels protect us, and they are here today. So you have to go. If they wouldn't be here, you would harm us much more. There you have it.
Und die sind hier. Und sind heute hier. Aber du musst gestehen, wenn die nicht hier wären, hättest du uns schon viel mehr geschadet.
It admits, yes,
Aber sie
you're
halten
right.
dich zurück.
They are restraining you. You have something to today, or is it maybe time for your food?
Du hast uns heute noch einiges zu sagen. Ist heute dein Kollege dran? Ist heute der Judas nicht?
It is time for Judas today. Is he remaining silent today? So they're starting to bait the other personalities inside Anneliese.
Dran ist der heute schweigsam.
Judas was one.
Und der Kain hat uns auch nichts zu sagen.
Cain also has nothing to say us today. That's interesting. I haven't seen him kind of mock it like this before. Um, yeah. I don't. Another thing that's interesting is the personality didn't seem to change from entity to that when it would change.
Und der Nero?
And Nero,
Der weiß nicht, die
he don't know much, stupid pig. That's funny.
Sau.
Und der Hitler?
Hitler. He can only yell his gut out. So he's just hot air basically. He's not in control.
Der Achne, der kann bloß das Maul fressen.
That's interesting too.
Aber heute reißt das nicht auf.
Today he won't yell, today he won't report. Is he today here? Today has nothing to say? How about souls in purgatory?
Er meldet sich nicht heute. ist halt nicht da. Halt
They
nicht
want
zu
to
sprechen.
talk about
Sag
purgatory,
mal, wie
hell.
hattet ihr es denn mit den armen Seelen?
Nee.
Mit den armen Seelen kommt ihr zu denen auch.
Nee.
Könnt ihr die auch
Can you torment them also? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they're trying to find out how things work. Can you torment them also? Like, do you have access to these these beings in purgatory?
belästigen? Könnt ihr die auch belästigen?
Nee.
Können die uns aber helfen?
Ja.
But they can help us. And it said yes. Yes,
Die
they help
helfen uns
us
auch
willingly.
gerne, ne?
Ja.
Yes.
Weil
They help us willingly because souls in purgatory help us willingly. Is that true? Wonder what that's about.
die helfen uns gerne, weil die armen Seelen helfen uns gerne, ne?
Ja. Weil sie selber so dreckig
Because they are so dirty.
Aber die haben wenigstens Aussicht.
Ja.
They have hope. Oh. They have hope. So they still could be saved. They still are, they're helping, trying to earn their way back. You know, their regrets. They're trying, that's, wow.
Hoffnung.
Even the ones in purgatory.
Ja.
They have great hope. They know that they'll go to God. They know that they are not in an everlasting fire.
Haben große
They
Hoffnung.
still have hope.
Sie wissen, dass sie zu Gott kommen werden. Denn das Fegefeuer dauert nicht ewig.
Und wenn sie so ein bisschen
However, they will suffer till comes the end. Then they will go out. There you have it. And isn't that the story? You know, that's during Revelations, pits of hell open up and all that. Wow. Then they go out. But they're trying to basically like trying to save face. They're trying to fix their reputation, make up for, their sins.
zum jüngsten Tag soll noch rauskommen und dann sie doch.
Dieser Seele, die bis zum jüngsten Tag hinhocke.
Ja.
Dann bekommen wir schnell raus.
Some of them have to stay a long time.
Manche müssen lang drin bleiben.
I don't want to say anything about this. Shut your mouth, appealing mug. I don't want to say anything about this. So it seems to understand. They're milking me for info right now. The boss is gonna be pissed if I give them all this info.
Ich will nur drüber nichts sagen.
Aber wenn du musst. Aber wenn wir alle
If the
Seelen
Holy Virgin forces you, you
dann
have
musst
to
du es
say.
sagen.
Is that right? Barbara Wigan gets souls from purgatory out by the handful. Is that right?
Die Barbara Weigand hat allerhand Seelen rausgeholt aus dem Fegefeuer, ne? Die Barbara Weigand hat allerhand Seelen aus dem Fegefeuer rausgeholt. Ne?
Yes.
Hörst du das gerne, ne?
So,
Aber ich weiß es.
it's interesting because even as dark as this story is, and the fact that a young woman, eventually lost her life here, there is like signs of hope at in the darkness. I never considered that the souls in purgatory still had hope and a chance to redeem themselves. That's, that's huge. It changes everything. Man, Zanny. My cat just missed him. Alright, I'm good.
Noch genug Zugsätze, du.
Warst du da mit dabei? Hast du ja auch zugesagt?
Ja.
Quite
Ganz
properly.
schön.
Ganz schön. Ja. Ipse tibi impera.
I will hold the red nose so long. She turned up her nose, this pig. Stupid woman.
Frag dir die Rotznase noch so lang, bis es lebt wird. Du saublöde Weib.
Würdest
I wonder if the red nose could be Anneliese.
du gerne, wenn du könntest, ja.
Maybe I was getting
Würdest
the
du gerne, wenn du
context wrong.
könntest?
She can't do anything alone by herself all day long, the stupid pig, because I'm hanging out up in here.
Alleine konnte sowieso ganz
That's
lang.
creepy.
Blöde Sau. Weil ich hier nämlich Schraube drin habe.
Up in her head?
Ja.
Yes, because she doesn't bring anything in, this stupid pig.
Wenn sie nichts nahe bringt, die dumme Sau.
He said because you are Lucifer, yes? She is unaware of herself, the stupid cow, because we have blocked it.
Du, der Lucifer, ja?
Ja. Da konnte sie sich ja nichts, die dumme Sau. Weil mir
That's interesting too. Unaware of herself. That phrase. Um, when it's easy to lose yourself and kind of forget who you were meant to be. Things like addiction. It's all kinds of reasons someone loses themselves. And yeah, they become unaware of themselves. And that's what demons do.
das nämlich blockiert haben.
They block it. They make it where you no longer know who you were really meant to be and what you were put here for.
Weichen. Ihr müsst aber weichen. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes. Ja, natürlich die Jungfrau Maria will.
That other one, she became more powerful. That must be the one that, yeah.
Dass das immer ohnmächtig
Why,
geworden ist,
Glenn?
ja.
Seid ihr schuld dran?
Ja. Aber das hat niemand gewusst.
Warum habt ihr denn das gemacht?
Why did you do it? Because we wanted to maul her.
Warum? Weil wenn sie traktieren wollte.
Piesack.
To harm her? You wanted to harm her?
Und sie wollte sie piesacken.
Ja.
I believe that might have been them talking about another case of exorcism. Yes, but why have been so evil this summer? So it sounds like there might have been another situation that it was referring to. Another exorcism
Warum seid ihr denn
situation.
diesen Sommer so böse gewesen?
Why?
Warum?
Ja.
Yeah, look, you've engaged all kinds of people. So these priests, it appears this isn't their first run-in with this entity. Yes, you've engaged all kinds of people.
Hat es allerhand angestellt. Ne?
Yes.
Ja.
Hat es sich
You have
wohlgefühlt.
harmed them
Yeah.
severely. Yes. Why now? Why summer? So it sounds like they were following almost like a wave of this summer. Like that's fascinating too. Anneliese wasn't the first. Vacation. Why directly this summer? In the name of the Trinity, tell me the truth.
Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes.
Oh, we soon must leave. Look at that shit. Why? Because we soon must leave. We're running out of time.
Sag mir die Wahrheit.
Warum? Weil wir bald raus müssen.
And when do you have to leave? And so those bastards up there will finally believe because of that.
Damit die Scheißkerle da endlich mal klar. Deshalb.
Okay, this is where I mentioned a little bit in part one, this all made me look at the story of Christianity and faith and religion differently. And as far as it comes to demons, I always thought Lucifer and the demons' main goal was to convince people that God didn't exist and that it was all lies. You know, you hear the thing, Lucifer's greatest trick was convincing the world that he didn't exist. But here the demon is convinced that it wants people to believe. It needs people to admit and accept that demons are real, which kind of contradicts everything I always thought about demons and Lucifer and Satan. And that's where I started to wonder if we are looking at it the wrong way and we've kind of gotten it crossed, or the wires crossed, and it is a situation like from Legion the film or whatever, where these demons are actually working for God. They all work for the same being. Their job is just to be kind of the almost like the fixers or military branch, to do the dirty work, basically, to test people, to to challenge people, and to make sure their faith is in the right place. And it seems like the priests were aware throughout this interview that when these guys start showing up in numbers, God's not happy. And they kind of talked about that, like what did we do? And it would rant about we need to restore the churches to the kneeling pews. Priests need to continue wearing their traditional garments. It's it's so far from what I always imagined a demon saying, the things that a demon would say, you know? Like, I don't know if I imagine them to be listening to like Marilyn Manson or what, but it's just different. And that's why I found these tapes so interesting. Is it really kind of changed how I looked at the Christian faith and the Catholic faith, how these priests approached this case. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here.
Damit ich glaube. Das
Ja.
hast du alle angestellt.
Ja, ich hab's aber gedacht.
Is okay, this is interesting. It said, but I allowed it. It said, you allowed it. You are incapable of that. Who allowed you to do it? Meaning you're just a minion. You don't make any decisions. Who's really in charge here?
Du darfst, du hast nicht können. Wer hat sie
Who
erlaubt?
who who who?
Ja, das ist die Jungfrau.
See? That just answers what I was saying. It said, who allowed you to do it? The most blessed Mary or the holiest God? And it screamed yes. Therefore, God allowed me to do this. I was on a mission from God, which just, I don't know, man. It makes me it makes my mind do flip-flops. Like, what? Maybe we're getting this all wrong the whole time.
Und der hat also gedacht.
So you have
Wir
to
sagen
leave
bald
soon?
raus.
Yes. When do you
Ja,
leave?
Bald
Very
ist er raus.
soon.
bald. Sehr bald.
Nein,
In
das
1 month
Der
we
Monat.
must be out. There you have it. It even gives them a time. In 1 month we must be out. That was God told them, I guess. Now I think what the hierarchy would be Lucifer as their commander, and then God gives orders to Lucifer on Earth. But
Im Namen des erbarmenden Gottes sagt die Wahrheit.
so what?
Ja.
Whoever is in charge told them they have to be out of here in a month. So they're kind of on a campaign of sorts.
Im Namen der allerseligsten Jungfrau sagt die Wahrheit.
Ja, stimmt.
Subductor, Viteraptor, Justitia Declinator, Malorum Rabis.
It does that when they're doing their Latin prayers. It does it to disrupt and just be vile. The blah 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 thing.
Come svizzioso.
The tribunal is coming soon. There, I will get so many. The tribunal. This was in 76. Do you think this is the tribunal? Or are we facing the tribunal now? Is this now in 2025? Is this the time this thing was talking about?
Aufgerichtet bald. Da hol ich mir viel.
Jungfrau
Wow.
Maria, sag die Wahrheit. Damit aber selbst die Jungfrau Maria sagt die Wahrheit. Stimmt das, was du gesagt hast?
Ich weiß nicht.
Du weißt schon. Du weißt schon. Ja,
I this is I marked this time. Um that you can hear a female voice either crying or giggling in the background, and I think that's possibly the only time Annelise's voice was heard, her real voice. And it you can only hear for a split second. Let me see if I can find it again. It stands out.
Vizione.
Ich aufgerichtet bald. Da hol ich mir viel.
Jungfrau Maria, sag die Wahrheit. Damit aber selbst die Jungfrau Maria sagt die Wahrheit. Stimmt das, was du gesagt hast?
Ich weiß nicht.
Du weißt schon. Du weißt schon.
Right there. Do you hear it? The giggle? I'm pretty sure that's no one else would be laughing in the room. I mean, there's nothing funny happening. I think for whatever reason, and that's interesting. Annalise's voice came out, whether it was almost a cry, but it seemed to make an appearance there. And throughout all of these tapes, I've listened to an hour and a half, 2 hours of them. That's the for only time I hear any even spark of the actual voice of Annalise.
Die allerseligste Jungfrau Maria soll dir
You
befehlen,
heard
die
her
Wahrheit
laugh
zu sagen.
and cry. It almost sounded like a one little cry, and then it was back to that voice.
Die Jungfrau Maria soll dir
Just
befehlen, die
heartbreaking,
Wahrheit
man.
zu sagen.
Look at that. I never speak the truth.
Die Wahrheit.
Wenn sie dir befiehlt, sagst du
Whenever
die
she
Wahrheit.
commands you, you speak the
Du
truth.
musst
I never speak the truth. I'm perching in her, 'cause she has been damned. Man.
die Kontrastinen
Inside her. I'm perching inside her because she has been damned.
Der drinnen, weil die verflucht worden ist.
By whom has she become cursed? That's the second time they've asked who cursed Annalise. It seems to be one of their suspicions is that someone cursed her. Someone did this to Annalise.
von wem ist sie verflucht.
Look at this. In fact, by a woman from Liebling. So it even gives,
Und zwar von einer Frau aus.
in fact, by a woman from Liebling. So it did give, say that she was cursed by a woman
Leibling.
whose name is. They want a name. They want to know
Und wie heißt sie?
her name. I do
Ja.
not know.
Heißt.
You certainly do know. They want the name. That's fascinating. Like I said, it follows the almost like a homicide detective's like interrogation, trying to find out a name of who cursed Annalise, who put this in motion. And that's the third time I think they ask like who cursed Annalise. Um, it seems to be one of the key ways you become possessed by a demon like this is somebody basically unleashes it on you, which is it, yeah, which adds a whole nother level to it.
Just first of all, im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes, sagt die Wahrheit. Des dreifaltigen Gottes, des Vaters,
It names somebody, Mrs. Nietzsche.
des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes,
Speak the whole truth.
sagt die ganze Wahrheit. Sagt
I wonder if they spoke with that person. Mrs. Nish knew her. Frau Nish.
in welchem Jahr war das?
Wow.
In welchem
In what year was that? 1951.
Jahr war das?
1951.
So when she was young.
51.
This is the end of the tapes, I believe. It says now we will take a break. Somebody asked a few questions after the person said, "Why do you still remain here?"
Lucius Moralis,
Because.
warum bleibst du noch länger hier?
Darum.
Why are you staying here? Why won't you leave? Because I like it. Look at that. Because I like it. Haha.
Gut gefällt.
And they went, oh. Like both of them went, Alright, yo. That's all the recordings I got here of the case. That's all the history left us. Which I'm sure there's got to be more over, 67 or exorcisms. I imagine the Vatican has most of the really wild stuff. I don't know what could get more, disturbing and wild than all that, but man, what a sad story. Um, like I said, it's important to keep in mind that young woman lost her life in a awful way. Whether you believe, no matter what you believe happened, either way, this family and this woman went through just a horrific ordeal that seemed to drag on forever. And yeah, it's really sad. Uh, and no matter what faith you come from, so maybe throw a prayer for Anneliese Mitchell, because no matter what you believe happened, this young girl didn't ask for this. Um, Mental health, demonic possession, however you want to face it. It's a really sad case. Um, yeah, like always, I really appreciate everyone for checking out my content. Um, if you want to support financially to help me keep going in my content creation career, you can do that on buymeacoffee.com/TeeJay Felony. It's a real easy process. You can leave your name blank if you want to do it anonymously. Just fill out the email. Nobody sees your email. It's just for kickbacks. And I'll probably have another deep dive coming for you sometime next week. I like this format, so I got a couple more ideas for doing these deep dive type videos. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.